All right, you're live.
Where's the whiskey?
Where's the whiskey?
I got a notice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's right. Anybody on here yet?
Me. Huh?
I really seriously got to get a real knife sharpener.
Okay. Yeah, we do. All my knives are dull. Hey, everybody. It's Frogzilla. No. But somebody may watch it later. Still need to talk. Oh, yep.
That's
Shadow's here. Hey, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow. How's it going, man? I'm glad you could join me tonight. Ollie's going to have to work the computer. I got my hands full. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. Got to go hunting. That's all. I'm happy. If I get to go hunting, I'm happy.
He said he's here and it's a cold night.
It's warm here tonight. That's why I'm cutting up deer meat. Just sitting there cutting up ugly old deer meat, making it beautiful again and tasty.
He makes the best deer burgers.
I try. I put.
He said, "You got a deer, and I stuffed myself."
Well, I did that too. Ollie had me. What I did was I got up in the morning. I went hunting. I came home. I cut this deer off the bone, and then I had Thanksgiving dinner, and then I went hunting and shot another deer.
So he got two, Shadow.
So I was real happy.
Well, he got one on Thanksgiving Day, and he got one on opening day.
Yeah. Right now I'm cutting one into butterfly sticks with a not sharp enough knife, apparently. Not working. Hey, gummit. I lost my sharpening stick, or somebody walked off with it actually. Steak.
It's pretty.
But I want to get on here and just say hi, see who might come on, talk about my new job a little bit, which if you haven't heard, I'm a maintenance man at a hotel. That's why it's always cigarette butt Mondays on Mondays because I don't work over the weekend. So I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays worth of cigarette butts to pick up. And you know how people are at a hotel. They like to empty their ashtrays and whatever else they choose to throw down on the ground, which one lady threw something down on the ground that I was just flabbergasted when I saw it. It was a lady item and it was dirty and it was bloody. And it looked like she just opened her car door or took it out right before she got in her car or something and just threw it on the ground. I was like, is it what I think it is? But I don't pick it up with my hands. I got these pincher things, and I clean them furiously. I clean everything furiously there. I'm working at a hotel and that shit scares me. I don't want to get nothing on me that some of them clowns bring in there. It's a nice hotel, but still.
He said you can't smoke in the hotels here and 50 feet from the entrance.
Well, we're not supposed to smoke. I think it's within 10 feet, but our ashtrays are right by the door, so we do have a few people that's been living there because of house fires. They've been there a while actually, wreaking havoc.
And he
But
didn't go out this year. His season started the first weekend of November.
yeah,
He didn't go out.
yeah, he was saying he wasn't gonna be able to get to go out. Well, maybe he will next year. I know I thoroughly enjoy it. You get a lot of stress relief going and sitting out in the woods. I always called it church. They're going to church. That's where I talk to God most. I do.
Where's our do? You can invite him so he can talk.
Yeah.
Invite. Copy.
She's gonna invite you if you want to get on.
And there you go. Now you can get on with him.
Be more
Hey,
entertaining.
Process.
Hey, Process. How's it going, man? Glad to see you. Glad. You highlight. You can join in too. I'm just sitting here playing with some deer meat. I got a new subscriber today. I hope she's on here. I hope she got a notice. We'll see. If you're on here, girl, you better make a comment.
Who's that?
I can't say on here.
Oh.
I can't bust her out like that.
Sorry.
Well,
It's okay.
I don't want to say nobody's real name on here, baby.
It's okay. Sorry.
We was talking about her earlier.
Oh. We do too, Process.
All right.
Because he loves deer.
Let Shadow in.
Okay.
You gotta let him in.
Well, I'm sorry. It's turned sideways.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. There you go. Hey, Shadow.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm trying to run the computer sideways so he can be on. I'm having a little issue.
He's got to pay attention so he don't cut his fingers off.
Exactly.
Man, I've done this way too much to cut my fingers off. With all them boys that I had, at one time, there was 11 deer hanging in my backyard at one time.
Damn.
But I only had 2 girls. All the rest were boys. And I had 8 kids. In Indiana back then, you could shoot up to 8 deer a season. And them boys was laying them down.
Oh, how many deer per tag? Well, 1 deer per tag, but how many tags can you
1
do?
deer per tag. But when you're a youth, you get a license for $12 and it covers all your turkey tags and everything. All your tags.
See, Minnesota needs to do that because we pay $35 for our deer tag and then another 12 to 15 for our bonus tags.
Yeah. We pay, what is it, 90 for 2 does and a buck tag. Now our deer numbers drop. In my county, we used to be able to shoot 8. Now we can only shoot 2. Our deer population has dropped dramatically. I mean, big time.
Yeah, we use our intensive areas. We could shoot up to 5. Now we can only shoot 3.
Yeah.
And in our metro area, I could shoot unlimited. Now we can only shoot like 5 does, and 1 buck throughout the whole year.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like the 1 buck rule. A long time ago, it used to be you could get a buck with a bow and then a buck with your during gun or muzzleloader season. But then they was like, well, we want better deer, so we'll cut it down to 1, which ain't been too bad. But
now that Just
Doesn't
gives
matter now,
everybody
we've
else
all
a
been
chance.
kicked and dying. So,
You know,
but
and
I still managed to find some.
well, some towns here will have a special hunt to where you got to get a buck first before you can go for a doe,
Yeah,
and then they'll say, "Oh, you can take another buck."
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's the way it is here. You can get, like around Indianapolis, you can get tags for up there. It's called the urban deer zone. You quit.
okay.
Just ripping paper over here and shit.
I gotta wrap the steaks up.
Not yet. But I'm sorry, I'm just giving my old lady crap. That's what I do.
No,
Drives
no
me crazy.
problem. I give my old lady
Yeah, we're
crap
not
all the
comfortable,
time.
that's for sure. I understand process. I'm just slinging my meat
Here and there and everywhere.
here and there and everywhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, my job's all right, but I just don't know about working in a hotel.
Oh. I want to say, hey, to process pretty quick. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, hotels are not a fun job to work.
No. And this one was built to flip. It wasn't built by somebody who wanted to run a hotel. There's no water shut off. If I have to shut the water off to change one washer in that whole building, I have to call the city and the city has to come turn the water off.
Really?
In a 100-room hotel. That's just
That's
how
not
terrible this place is built.
that's not right.
No, no, it ain't. I had no shut off whatsoever.
Don't they have shut off on the valves in there? The whole
No,
hotel?
there is none. There is none.
Wow, that would even pass code here.
I don't know how it is here. Because we got 5 water heaters. Imagine if one of them busts.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to change one out, you got to call the city.
Yep, everything I do, I got to call the city. I was like, man, I don't know if I want this headache.
Oh
I'm good,
God.
but I don't want to be that good.
So why in the hell did they put in a water shut off?
Because like I said, they didn't build it for a hotel. They just build it to flip. They just built it to sell. So, like the wood grain that goes down the steps, it's rough cut board. It's not even smooth board. It's rough cut board.
Jesus Christ. And they
You,
get people
it's
staying
got
there.
wood chunks that hang out of it. It's crazy.
And they get people staying there.
Yep, paying $150 a night.
You think they could afford to fix it up a little bit more?
Man, they won't even buy tools. The tools that they have there is 2 kits that you get at Home Depot and Lowe's for like women's kits, a
Yep.
socket set and a screwdriver set and a generic drill. That's all they have. That's it.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, man.
that's
And
a
a shop
nightmare for
vac.
you.
We do have a shop vac.
Well, at least they got that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do much of anything without a shop vac. But man, I've been going in there. I've had to go in every room and take out all the caulking because it was moldy and black and replace it.
Process says that sometimes I don't feel bad about trashing a hotel room. I'm doing my civic duty.
Oh man, we've had some doozies here lately. We just kicked some people out. They went to get a room refresh and then they got 17 trash bags of trash out of there after they kicked them out. But these people
Damn.
have been there for like 15 days. And apparently they was living it up.
Jesus Christ. I can't
That's
imagine
funny.
people doing that.
And we had a hooker. We had a hooker there for a little while. And my boss was like, well, how you know she's a hooker? I'm like, dude, where you been at? You don't know what a hooker looks like? You don't know when a girl's got plastered on makeup and she's got eyelashes this long and she leaves a rock in the back door so the dudes can get in and out without her having to go let them in because they don't have, a pass key to get in. I was like, come on, how stupid are you?
Jeez.
You're supposed to, all these people go to college, but they ain't got no common sense. It kills me.
Did you see process?
Right.
Now, what process say? Frogs up, porn, is cooking.
Cock ring.
Oh, cock ring.
Herring ring.
Yeah.
Well, we all know the process is a rock star.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to music today and I ended up listening to our Process's music. It's that top on my playlist.
And process, you got some damn good music there, brother.
Yeah, I need to make my video of how I listen to the Process. I meant to do it a couple weeks ago, but I meant to do a lot of things a couple weeks ago and still ain't done any of it.
Right.
Did not have a hooker. I was at the library all day.
Sure, you were a process.
Yeah.
He's such a good boy.
And it's funny, I have to clean the parking lot on Mondays. Well, I clean the parking lot every day. And you would think that in my day, I would have thought that the guy that cleaned the parking lot didn't find nothing but cigarette butts and condom wrappers. Nowadays, I don't find nothing but blunt paper rollers, them packages.
Yeah.
Man, that's all people do. Do they just come to the hotel to smoke blunts? Because I find 15 of them a day. I'm like, son of a bitch, you bunch of pot smoking mugs. It's crazy.
Well, in a hotel like that doesn't care about its looks, they're going to do whatever they can.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters anymore what the hotel looks like.
No.
Yeah,
They do it in all of them.
That's true.
Well, out here they don't. Out here they don't.
I probably found some kid's stash. I found some in a Ziploc baggie in one of our bushes, and I seen something on the ground, so I went over to check it out, and I picked up the napkin, and there was something shiny in the bush, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" So I grabbed the pinchers and pulled it out, and it was one of them blunt paper things, except it Ziploc back shut, and it had a stash of weed in there, a half a blunt, and a lighter. And I was like, oh, that's some kid. Some kid can't have a lighter because that's the only reason why there'd be a lighter, I was like, sorry, kid, get my bucket.
Right. Right.
Underkeeper.
No, I didn't keep it. I ain't keeping nothing that I find. Shit, I found meth on a pillow. You find all kind of crazy shit.
Damn.
Zoo.
Out here in the good hotels, they do coke. They don't do anything else.
Yeah. Well, it didn't look like coke to me, and I wasn't about to mess with it too much. I put it in a rubber glove and took it downstairs and disposed of it.
Yeah. Damn. I can't believe you're still at that job with all the shit you're finding.
Yeah. Me too, but I kind of got the job because my friend talked me into it. And I mean, I kind of like my boss. He tries. He's not. I mean, he is foreign.
Process said, I take my crock pot to hotels and make a roast while at the bar.
Hey, that's a big steak there. Love my deer steaks. Ain't nothing like deer steak and eggs and bacon.
Oh, God. Now, do you mix your venison with pork?
No, I mostly when I mix my hamburger, I just put bacon and mix a little hamburger into it. Cause we always had all them kids, and the kids really didn't like it dry, so I put a little bit of regular hamburger in it to give it some fat, and I always put bacon in everything. So
Yep.
everything's better with bacon in it.
Yep. And what I do is 100% venison for my meat
Yeah.
because I'm diabetic. So the less fat, the better.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes it taste wild too. The fat's what makes it taste wild. In this skin, that silver seam skin, that's all the stuff that gives it the wild taste. You cut that out and it's good, and pure meat.
Yeah. And there's times where you can't get it all off too.
Yeah. Good fillet knife will help you though.
Oh, I got one of those.
I got about
So,
6, but man, I lost my sharpening stick, and it just ain't the same without your sharpening stick that you've had all your friggin' life.
He said, Process said, I'd rather have someone like Frog taking care of the drug crap. At least he knows what end of the pipe to grab with the pinchers.
right.
Oh shit.
Oh, but next year I'll have hopefully a whole new spot and to where I can hunt. And this year it just didn't pan out. The gal that was letting me hunt her aunt's spot land,
Uh-huh.
it something was up with her. She's a little kooky or something. She didn't have a whole 52 cards in that deck in her head,
Yeah.
and things just wasn't adding up. And I was playing it safe. I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna go hunt there.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of had a similar situation. I had a killer spot last year, but towards the end of the year, I found out that apparently they was kind of methy, you know,
Yep.
a little crazy. So I didn't bother trying to go back over to that place. I
Process
don't want that shit.
says someone else could be her cleaning that stuff up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You
Yeah,
know,
if you don't know what you got or what you're doing, it definitely be.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
some of the girls that clean, they are not the brightest girls. Now there is some bright ones, but I mean, you got to think about it. This is a low education job, is what I call them. You ain't got to have too much smarts to clean a room. And the
And if they
way
get on
I've
there, you're gonna
seen
get in trouble.
one of them girls clean the room,
good
I
night.
was flabbergasted because she was cleaning the toilet with no gloves.
What the hell's wrong with her?
Dude, I jumped back. I walked in the room and I turned around and saw her. I jumped back. I was like startled. I was like, what are you doing? And she just fucking
Damn,
shook her
man.
head and walked away.
And I thought we had some fucked up people.
Hey,
There's a lot of fucked up people in
yeah,
today's
there
world.
is. I mean,
These new
I feel sorry
generations
for
are
her.
awful.
I do. I mean, that ain't, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. You know,
Right.
it's not good.
Damn, it's like people lost their common sense.
I think a
Exactly.
lot of them just didn't have a decent upbringing.
Yeah.
They weren't taught
Nobody ever taught
anything.
them anything. That's
You
what's
know,
wrong. Nobody's getting taught
The basics.
the shit we got taught.
right? I got in trouble. I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
After one or two times of that, I came up with ways so I didn't get caught, or I just didn't do it.
Yeah. It's like the old don't play with the electric outlet, you know. Our parents let us go ahead and get shocked because that taught us. Oh, we're not supposed to play with that.
Now, see, I never did that.
Don't touch that.
I
Don't touch
never did that.
Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Cover it up. Cover it up. Protect it. And I'm like, man, go ahead and let them get zapped.
I'm one of those that went to my brother and said, here, try this.
Yeah. Hey, I can't tell you how many times I tricked my kids to piss on the horse fence. That, you know.
Oh, that could hurt somebody, but it sure is funny.
It is. It is. And one of my boys, he decided he was tall enough that he didn't need to bend the wire down no more. He was just going to step right over it with his silky sweatpants on that he was sweating in. Oh, dude, you could hear it popping. Pop, 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 pop. And he was dancing, trying to get off that wire. And the more he tried to get off the wire, the more he got tangled up in them. And he had like 3 wires on him, just zapping the shit out of him. It was funny.
Damn.
It was hilarious.
Damn.
Yep.
And you didn't film that?
Well, we didn't have, there wasn't, you know, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, no cell
This
phones.
was back in the 80s.
Yeah, back when cell phones were starting to come out.
Yeah. I sure didn't have no cell phone. I was just
And
a geek.
And cameras weren't any good when they first come out anyway.
Yeah.
No. Nope, it was like playing Pac-Man.
Now the cameras on the phones are better than just
A damn
about as
Canon?
good as a Canon or a Nikon.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my old Minolta Maxim 35 film,
Yeah.
you know,
I
and you
still got
can't find that no more.
Yeah. I still got mine too. I got a Minolta and I got a Canon around here somewhere.
You know,
But I haven't taken any pictures with them in a long time.
Well, I've got a digital, I think it's a Nikon D500, and it's nice, but the phone takes as good a picture, so I use my phone more than I use the camera.
oh yeah, because you're already putting that money into your phone. Why are you going to go put that into a separate camera that's going to cost you a couple thousand?
Well, you know, it's just carrying it around. You got your phone with you all the time.
Right?
I don't want to carry the camera around all the time.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't no professional at nothing. I'm a professional asshole.
It looks like you're a professional deer cleaner.
I try to be. I've had plenty of practice.
The only thing I hate about cleaning deer is cutting them open and cleaning the damn guts out.
Oh yeah. That's always fun. Especially when somebody don't know how to shoot. But I've also seen we took this one guy hunting, and he was a city boy, and he brought this damn, remember those $12 Rambo knives?
Yeah.
Came out. Well, he brought one of them, and then he gut shot this doe, and then he got in it and cut it open like this.
Oh, fuck no.
And then I could hear him screaming and puking and gagging, and I was rolling. I had already knew what it. I was like, oh, so I know who shot, because I knew if he got one, he was going to get that big knife out, and I told him not to. I said, you shoot a deer, just leave it alone, and we'll take care of it. You know, it's going right on top of my car.
Right?
So don't be making a mess of it. I already had one friend who shot this 3-legged deer, and then he shot at it so many times he put like 9 holes in it, and he shot one of the racks off, shot one of the antlers off. And I wasn't ready to leave, so we packed it in ice and put it on top of my white station wagon for all the ice water to melt and the blood to stream down the car. And then at the end of the day, we drove it 80 miles home. We was getting looks from people that could kill. I'm telling you, them people was like, "What? This is disgusting." Because my white car was mostly red from the ice melting.
Damn.
We had this poor 3-legged deer strapped to the top of my car. But then I do fun things like one time there was like 2 bucks and 3 does in the back of my truck. So I rearranged them where they was all doing 69 on each other. All the way down the highway. And man, people were coming up next to me and they was like, look at that, look at that.
Yeah.
Legs and it was quite funny. But there used to be a whole pack of us that go hunting together.
Yeah, my buddy did that with his station wagon. He threw them up on top like that.
Yeah.
And every time I've cleaned a deer, I didn't just shove that knife in there. I just gently cut along the belly until it popped through.
Yeah.
And then the one area it popped through, then I start cutting.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. If you just hit it right below that brisket and pop it right there and just let it go, you know. If it's been a minute, it'll have a little gas buildup.
Well, not much.
Not much, no. Depends on the temperature. If it's hot, the warmer it is, the faster that gas builds up in their gut.
Yeah, and I won't. I'm so careful when it comes to that because if I hit that stomach,
yeah,
I gotta rinse that shit out right away.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and a lot of guys won't even rinse their meat off, and I do.
Oh no.
I hose that shit out.
I know. I was hunting with a guy who
gonna kill you. No, it ain't.
I hunted with a guy that he was cleaning his deer out in the field, and he went so gun ho down that belly, he kept puncturing that stomach. I said, "You gonna rinse that off?" He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "You got all that stomach content on that meat. You gonna rinse that off? Otherwise, that deer's not gonna be any good."
Yeah.
He took a bunch of snow, rubbed it in there, and then pushed it all back out. I'm like, "You're keeping that deer."
Yeah. Yeah. Don't bring none of it to my house.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I won't eat unless I know who field dressed it or cut it.
Right?
There's so much you can do wrong and it really can mess it up. So
Yeah. And this one's gonna be really good because we've had 30-degree days with 30-mile-an-hour winds, and this deer got to hang for a whole week. So the longer it hangs, the better it is. And then hung for a full week.
Well, here we've always let them hang for, but if it's around 30 degrees, we let them hang for about a day or two. But if it's warmer than that, we strip them right away and cut them up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to. Well, I will pack them in ice sometimes. They're not hard to pack in ice when they're hanging. I throw a big bag over their back hindquarters and throw one inside, wrap them up. What works really good as an insulator? Remember them old picnic tablecloths that we used to get that had the red and white checkers?
Yep.
Man, those are great insulators. If you can get your hands on those and load it over the deer's butt and then tie that off, dude, it's like a refrigerator. It keeps ice in a deer at 70 degrees for a couple days.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I was like, we had some because I had a display at I used to own my own business. We was at the county fair, and I had used them there. So I was like, I need something to help insulate this deer. I wonder if this will help. And it did, man. I just couldn't believe how good it worked.
Damn.
I was quite surprised. So I went and bought 10 more. He goes, what are you buying so many for? I said, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. He said, what? I said, man, I wrapped a deer up with one of these, and it stayed good and didn't melt the ice in 70-degree weather for 2 days. I said, that's something. I said, I need more of that.
Yep.
But like I said, all my kids were at home back then, and you get 5 boys deer hunting, shit's gonna happen. You're gonna end up with all kinds of meat.
Yeah,
One
here.
boy, the first time he ever killed a deer, he was standing in the driveway talking to one of the landowners, and these 3 deer come running up, and they was getting ready to run across his driveway. And he's like, boy, you gonna shoot them deer, or you just gonna stand there and stare at them? He's like, can I? He's like, well, ain't that what you're here for? And he shot all 3 deer before they crossed the road with a 1953 Savage rabbit gun that he got. Used to be his grandpa. But man, that thing shoot a deer slug out to 150 yards dead on. I mean, the old Foster slugs, but it was an old rabbit gun that he inherited. But it shot deer slugs like a mug, and he could shoot like a mug. He ended up he went to the Marines, and to qualify for a sniper, the night he had to qualify, he was in a hurricane and still qualified.
How in the fuck? Because that wind is so strong.
Yeah, he still qualified. I taught him right. Here in Indiana, there's a muzzleloader chute that's named after my grandfather. My grandfather's, on my mom's side, my grandfather's father's father hung out with Daniel Boone, and they have paperwork on it.
Okay.
They all hung out together. They all lived over there. My grandpa took me and showed me where Daniel Boone's carved his name in a tree. Well, there was actually 3 trees that nobody ever knew about except his family. Because the ones that were public, people went and cut them down as souvenirs. They cut the tree down and take his name, cut that chunk out, except 3 that nobody knew about except the people that ran around with him.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
Damn, there's a good piece of history right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
that side of my family's got a lot of history. They're direct descendants. Okay, the easiest way to explain it, the movie Braveheart, right?
Yep.
They're direct descendants from his half brother. My aunt spent probably 15 years in the 70s and 80s researching it. I got a book about that thick in there. We got our family crest and all that. They're McKims.
Well, here's something that'll blow you away. Your family knew my family.
It seemed like we was saying something like that close before.
Yeah.
Either you were saying something about it or I was, and I was like,
my
Renaissance.
grandma's maiden name is McAllister, and
yeah.
they were constables for Robert the Bruce.
Yep.
So our families knew each other.
That's crazy, ain't it? Someone
That
else
is.
That's the process. He's gone.
Yeah.
I think
That's
he's
been
gone.
a while, ain't it?
Yeah. Not showing.
Yeah, he's probably gone.
Yeah. Is anybody else here?
Nope.
It's just me and Shadow.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh well. Sorry about their luck.
Right?
That's all right. My
And it's
channel's
hard.
not turning out the way I expected it to anyway, so.
Well, I just saw you pop on, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go check this out. And well, here I am.
I just wanted to chat while I was doing this. I was gonna say, it's easy to make something ugly look beautiful.
Right?
Because, deer meat ain't exactly pretty when you first get it.
He gets tired of talking to me. I'm
No,
not
I
much of a
don't.
talker.
Well, you can help them clean.
No, she can't. She'll be in my way. She'll get hurt.
I stay out of the way when he's doing
Yeah.
his deer meat. I wrap it and mark it and put it in the bag and
Yeah.
put it up, but I don't do anything else with it.
Yeah, when it comes to meat, no, I do it. I don't care how many deer I have to do. I do
That's
it.
his job.
Now, I took all 8 kids fishing, and they were catching fish. Well, they had an assembly line. Each
Yep.
kid had a job. I'd split them open, pass them to a kid, and by the time it got to the last kid, it was done. And we go to places like Patoka, and them old men would be like, "Damn, you got it going on, don't you?" I was like, "Yep, they got it going on." They like to eat fish too. They
Right?
want to eat. They got to clean it.
Oh, see, we've got a KitchenAid mixer, and we bought a grinder attachment for it.
Yeah.
So I'll clean, and the wife will grind. She'll run everything through the grinder.
Now I do that. I grind it once, then I grind it with some hamburger, and then I grind it again with some bacon.
Get more for your buck then.
Yep.
He's got his way. He likes to do it, and
Yeah. I got traditions. I'm
I
old.
stay out
I
of
got
the way.
traditions.
He's old school.
And I like my traditions.
There you go.
It
I don't
tastes
want
good.
traditions to go away. That's the problem with today. There's too many traditions that are just nothing to anybody anymore.
Well, and if you don't got kids, you really can't pass them down.
Oh, well, yeah, you can. Because, man, even with my 8 kids, you'd be amazed how many other people that I ran across, in my life that I take their kid hunting. I'd be like, your kid sits out here and watches me bow hunt, shoot my bow all the time. And can I take him hunting? And they're like, sure, take him, how most people are. Take that kid, get rid of him.
Yep.
I took a lot of people's kids deer hunting, squirrel hunting. I've always tried to, because to be honest, nobody on my mom's side of the family, I was lower class.
Same here.
To put it nicely, I was lower class, so I wasn't taught to do anything by any of them except one. One of my uncles taught me, a little bit about fishing, but for the rest of it, everything else, I've had to learn on my own. I didn't have anybody teach me shit. My dad was a quarter horse champion, and he never even taught me how to ride a horse right. So I know how to break a horse. I know how to get throwed off a horse and land, but to ride a horse right, no.
Yeah, my dad never taught me how to hunt. I figured that out by myself.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
my dad, he didn't hunt. He was into horses and houseboats and other men's wives, apparently, from what I hear.
Yeah, my first wife was into other women's husbands.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had my share of that too. That's how, well, almost got into it with a major club at a lake over something my ex said. She likes to tell people, or likes to tell people that I beat on her so she could get men to feel sorry for her. That's how she gets her side men. She gets men to feel sorry for her. That's how she
Yep.
got me. That's exactly how she got me. And that's exactly how she got the she's with now. That she bought a Harley for before I even told her I wanted a divorce. I didn't tell her I wanted a divorce until my youngest child turned 18. The day after she turned 18, I was like, I want a divorce. You know, kids are 18. Bye.
Yep. And you're going to go away.
Yeah. But she did. She bought him a bagger.
And a year later, you found me.
Yep. Less than a year later.
I found you.
Well, I guess it was a little while. Yeah, me and Lolly, we dated when we were very young. We hadn't seen each other in 37 years, and I left a comment on somebody's Facebook, and she saw it. She was like, "Hey, you remember me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, why don't we meet at Harvest Homecoming?" I said, "Okay." And we've been together almost every day ever since.
There you go.
You spent the first,
Months.
30 days in a hospital.
Yeah.
We went out that night and she ended up in the hospital because she walked around too much. She got, explain what your deal is a little bit.
Oh, I had to have a bypass in my arm for because my arteries got messed up,
Okay.
and they took a vein or an artery out of my leg to replace it, and they wasn't supposed to, and he about killed me. It caused a lot of problems. I had 3 surgeries
Damn.
first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then had that, or 2 surgeries in the first 2 weeks, and then I had to have another one
Yeah.
because
then
they
you
had to
have
transfer me to another hospital to be taken care of because they released me after a week in the hospital in the first surgery, and the same night, wasn't even 24 hours, my feet were blue.
Yeah.
So I had to go back in and get another surgery, and now I have blood clotting issues for the rest of my life.
Jesus Christ.
And the doctor
Oh.
screwed her up, and the third doctor cussed. He was like, "Who the hell done this to her?" But when she tried to get a lawyer, Indiana's so hard to get a judgment against a doctor that nobody would take it. And he damn near killed her, screwed her all up. He retired.
I was the last one that he got to
She was the
operate
last
on.
person, and he magically retired all of a sudden.
Yep. And like you said, no one would take your case.
Yeah.
No, I had 3 attorneys tell me I had a case, but they couldn't take it.
Because the Indiana's so tough.
So I said, as long as he doesn't operate on anybody else, fine. I just don't want him chopping somebody else up the way he did me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I have any more problems, they're going to take my legs.
Yeah.
They said they can't do surgery again. That's how bad he messed me up.
Jeez. And
They
then you
thought
can't
they
go
were
after
gonna-
them.
No,
You know,
they told me that during that time, they had told me I was going to lose my leg.
Yeah. We was talking about making her a peg leg machine gun and
Yep.
all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, because trying to keep her from freaking out that she might be getting ready to lose her leg.
I told him if I had to lose it, that I was going to have fun pegs. So he had to make me a cubbyhole peg and an aquarium peg.
Yeah, an aquarium peg.
And a gun peg.
Wants an aquarium peg on her leg.
Well, if that happens, remind me not to piss you off.
It takes a lot to get me mad.
Yeah, but what I found is women, you could usually hit their button to go from 0 to bitch and very quick.
Yeah, you can if you hit the right button.
You know.
He likes to practice hitting those buttons sometimes.
I just tap all around it. It's like somebody with a sensitive nipple. If you just poke all around it, you're not hitting the nipple, but
That's right.
Damn. God damn, man.
He likes to torment.
I am a torment motherfucker. I torment the shit out of her. I torment people at work.
He
They
gets
They didn't even
mad.
know me, and I started tormenting them. Dude, I worked there 3 days, and none of the girls had said anything to me. And I was in there. There was 3 or 4 of them in there, and I said something, and I was like, "All right, ladies, let's keep it professional, and don't be looking at my ass when I walk out of the room." And I just left the room. You know, my boss heard it and everything. The manager, you know, his office is right there. And I could hear him just rolling. But they started talking to me, you know. I had to break the ice.
Right?
I tell
Right.
you,
I
better
just
be
have a-
careful in today's society. He's gonna get hit with sexual harassment charges.
They'll take one look at me and be like, "No, he's just stupid. He's just old and stupid."
I just go in and make fun of people, and then they start talking to me.
Oh yeah, I do that too. Like this one chick, she's the head of the cleaning ladies. Okay, and one day the manager was up making beds all day, and she didn't make anything. She didn't clean anything. He was. And I was thinking, you know, I've had employees and I've been an employer. Dude, that shit don't fly.
Nope.
If my boss is doing my fucking job and I'm sitting in the office doing nothing, I'd expect to be fired.
Yep. Oh yeah. No. I
That just
can't.
blew me away. It did. It just blew me away that she did that.
Damn.
See,
Yeah, I'd be firing somebody.
Yeah. Well, they go through a lot of girls anyhow, and it's because of her. And he just won't. I don't know. She's just worked there so long. She's like a teacher's pet, you know, situation. But she's not good for the company. The girls that clean, they just walk out. They'll just leave their cart in a room and just leave. They'll just disappear. We go through so many girls up there, it's unreal.
Jeez. Well, then get rid of the one and keep the rest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And my friend Tina, she's tried to explain to the manager that, you know, what is the problem? You're going through all these girls. Who's in charge of all these girls? Where is the problem? And he's just not seeing it.
Damn. I would have gotten rid of her a long time ago.
Yeah. I'd have done it for sure the minute she did that. Like, you don't sit on your ass while I'm fucking busting my ass.
Right? And if I'm doing
He's
your
gotta look
job and you're
nice.
just sitting there, you're going away.
Yeah. He's got to look nice, and because corporate could call him at any time and do an audit and want him to do all kind of stuff. And he has to, you know, he has to look right and everything has to be right, you know. And he's up there cleaning dirty ass party rooms. And she's sitting on her butt. I was like, the balls of some people.
Right?
And I
Right?
said that to a couple of the cleaning girls, and they was like, "Yeah, you're right." I said, "I know I'm right." I said, "I've been a boss. I've been an employee. That is not right on either level. He shouldn't be taking that shit, and she shouldn't be doing that shit."
You know, and even if you're a volunteer running a project, you still see that shit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure
You
you
know?
do.
I mean, there's so many times where I sit back and look at a job or an employer, and I'm going, boy, you're really fucked. You know, this is how I
Yeah.
would do it. And they look at me like, really? I'm like, yeah. You got this many people fucking with you, taking advantage of you. Get rid of them and get new people.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays. It's an
Yeah.
employee market, not an employer market.
Right.
Yeah,
Now the
'cause I could
people
go
that want a
drive a
job,
forklift. I could go
you
drive
know,
a forklift for a whole lot more, but I don't know if I can work 12 hours a day. 'Cause I
yeah,
need to
and,
sit.
yeah, and you want your freedom, you want your nights and shit.
Yeah.
I know how that goes. I really do. I worked overnights, 13-hour shifts for a year.
Yeah.
You know, money was good, but I lost a lot of time with family and shit in that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I know. We're at that age and we can realize how much time we lost busting our ass trying to
Yep.
get a job done,
Trying to
you
make
know, and
things
how much
better and
shit
it
we
wasn't.
missed. Yeah, trying to make it better.
Right. And what do I got to show for it? Not much.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I mean, yeah, I got a house, a bike, and a car and stuff, but not much in the account.
Yeah. Right now, there ain't even a shadow in the account.
Hey, I got two YouTube accounts, so there's shadow there. Oh,
Yeah, it's funny though. Her car started breaking down. Her Lincoln's at 130,000 miles. You know what happens at 130,000 miles? Everything starts falling apart on it. So
yeah, you
we need
better
to
get
replace.
the timing belt changed.
Yeah. Well, her harmonic balancer fell apart. The pulley
At
and
130 miles at 130 miles?
yeah,
Well,
Damn.
we're not sure if that was somebody else's work that.
it doesn't matter. It shouldn't have never came off.
No, it shouldn't have.
No.
Yeah, I did
But
it on the way home from work. I was freaking out, dude. It made this god awful squealing, and it didn't mess the motor up. The mechanic actually couldn't believe it. And now that when he told me what it was, I was like, "Well, how did the motor stay in timing? It should have jumped time and blew up and locked up because there was no synchronism. There was just a chunk of metal down there,
yeah.
but that motor stayed in time and didn't mess up. I mean, we was lucky there. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, have you ever heard anything like that?
No, my timing belt went on my Santa Fe and belt the valves and ruined the engine.
Yeah, that's what
So,
you would expect to happen. That's what happened to the only foreign car I ever owned. That's what it did.
It's my
and then
miracle car.
Yeah, it's our miracle car, apparently.
and then my wife's car, the timing chain started making noise and the mechanic blew it off as um a sticky cam, and then the chain went and then we had to replace the engine.
Oh, yeah, that's not
You
good.
know. No, that cost us a couple $1,000.
Yeah, my old truck I got a S10. I can't remember what year what it is, but the body has 309,000 miles on it. But I put a new Jasper motor in it about 60,000 miles ago.
Well, yeah, it's a
Yeah, the
good truck.
motor's good,
Keep
the
it
rest of
around.
it's bad, but motor's good.
Right? As long as that motor's good, you're gonna keep that truck around.
Yeah, it does too. It'll burn the tires off of it. It's got big rust hose in it. You could damn near stuff a body up in it. You know how those S10s that back,
Yep.
like, got that extra window in the back,
Yep.
extended cab. You know how it rusts out right there? It's gone. That's just a big hole.
Damn. So why
I'm
don't
thinking
you
about airbrushing an arm and a hand out of it.
why don't you just get a whole new box to put on there?
I might. I was thinking about trying to get somebody with some tin. Welded it in. Her son's got a welder.
There you go.
Just weld it up. Get some new metal and weld it up.
And then you can have an arm coming out.
Yeah.
You know, that would be cool as hell.
Yeah. But I've been I haven't here lately, but I'm trying to get my room straightened up. Been wanting to learn how to airbrush. And I've been doing that a little bit. The hardest part is figuring out the flow, to me anyway. I'm used to spraying cars and industrial stuff, not an airbrush. An airbrush is like delicate. To me, it is anyway.
Oh yeah, the airbrushes, you got so many different guns, so many different nozzle settings.
Yeah.
Each gun is
Air
set.
pressure, all that shit.
Yep, and those not each gun is set up differently for what you want, so you don't mess with them.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, airbrushing's expensive.
Yeah.
And lots of
it's-
practice.
And the stencils ain't cheap neither.
No.
Unless you got an expensive printer. Oh, but we don't have an expensive printer. So therefore, it's out of the question.
Well, not all of them. You got a lolly that prints your stencils. Tries to anyway.
Yeah, she tries.
And I was going to get into wood burning.
Yeah.
Checking on the dogs, make sure they're all not getting into trouble, and I got all 6 of them laying down.
That's good. That's a rare occasion around here. All our dogs are sitting still, minding their own business.
Well, when I go let them out for the last pee in a little bit, then they'll get all excited because then they all get to go into the bedroom on the bed, which leaves not much room for the wife and I.
Yeah. Well, Lily usually goes to bed first, and they go with her. So she gets mauled until I come to bed.
Right.
Sometimes I go in there and there's only one dog, but sometimes I go in there and there's like 5 dogs on my side of the bed and at her feet.
Yeah, and then you got to move them.
And a cat. I got a cat named Sasquatch. He likes to lay up there with me.
Yeah. Well, when we go to bed, they're all on the bed at the same time. I give them their nighttime treat, and then I climb in and they try to hog my spot or try to get underneath the blanket. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Push them away, and they lay at the foot of the bed all night.
You got little dogs. I got German
Yes,
Shepherds.
we do.
My dogs weigh between 50 and 150.
The most ours weigh is 15 pounds.
That's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this new dog, she's a little one, but she's really overweight, and she's supposed to be about 10 pounds, and she weighs 23.
Oh.
So We're got her on a strict diet. We feed her a quarter cup each meal, so morning and evening. So she gets
Yep.
a good half cup of food a day, plus some little bit of canned and a little bit of snacks. But boy, does she really need to lose some weight. And I'm gonna have to get her out for walks here soon, but we're gonna get some snow tonight and tomorrow, and 2 to 3 inches.
Oh boy.
You almost need you a doggy treadmill, don't you?
Oh, if they would use it, I'd get one.
They have to do it like the old cartoons, and hang a bone.
Hang their tree
Yeah,
up.
my dogs are smart that they'd go around the other end to get it. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not the dachshund, but the Australian Shepherd.
Oh yeah.
We got the miniature one, and he would go around to the other side to grab it.
Yeah.
He's not stupid. Now the Chihuahuas would try to go on the treadmill to get it.
You probably so.
They'd have to pump them little legs, wouldn't they?
Oh God, yeah. But after a while, my Chihuahua would just get off and go around the other side to grab it. He'd figure it out.
I used to have a Chihuahua. Name was Zeus.
She had a Chihuahua from hell, is what she had. She had a devil Chihuahua. That motherfucker was Satan in a dog. And then she tried to hand this evil thing to me right in my face, and it's all, and she's like, "Here, love my dog."
Take him from the back.
And I'm like, "Keep that motherfucker away from me." I never did pet that dog. I don't want nothing to do with that dog. I've been bitten 9 times. You would think I want to mess with a feisty Chihuahua? They're vicious. And he was vicious.
I've found the Chihuahuas, when you come around them, just sit down and let them come up to you, and everything is fine.
You couldn't with him.
Yeah, this dog was nuts, dude.
He was abused, and
Yeah.
we rescued him and his daddy. And his daddy was really, he was overbred.
Okay.
But he was really sweet and affectionate. But Zeus wasn't. If you were gonna, that's why I was trying to hand him to him, because if you take him like from behind and hold him and let him know that it was okay, you just hold him for a little bit, then he would sometimes do a lot better with you, and he wouldn't bite you. But he was actually, it was funny because my mom had got on me because I had German Shepherds, and she said I had too many animals. And then she called me over one day and says, "I've got something for you." And she said, "Do you want these Chihuahuas?" I said, "Are you serious? I thought I had too many animals." And she said, "Tell me the story." So I said, "Yeah, I'll talk to my late husband." And he said he never have a little dog. He liked the Shepherds. He wasn't into little dogs. And it wasn't even 2 hours, and him and Zeus just hit it off and bonded. So Zeus was his dog. But he was sick for a long time, and he was either laid down or in a chair most of the day and night, and he'd just sit there and rub on him. So that's what he got used to.
Okay.
But
damn,
he's a good dog when he knows you and if he liked you, but he was mean. My brother-in-law come over, and the first time he met him, he ran up, he jumped off the couch, ran to the door as soon as they walked in, and bit him on the toe because he had flip-flops on. He didn't bite him hard.
I see your point, Froggy.
And she told me all this before I met the dog, and then she's like, "Here." I'm like, "Nah." Don't want no part of it.
Well, when we got this house and the painters were doing the work to it, our Chihuahua was outside and he ran up to the one and bit him on the back of the leg.
Yeah. That's
And
funny.
that's the only one he never liked. Everybody else he loves, but he didn't like that one person.
Yeah.
Dogs can tell about people
Yeah.
a lot of times, and Chihuahuas are really just a one person dog. They bond with, it's rare that they bond with a family. They usually just bond with one.
Yeah.
They'll do okay with others sometimes, but
And I was bitten at a young age and got a fear for dogs very, very young. So I would just freak out, you know. Didn't matter if it was a lassie dog or what it was. You know, I had to fear dogs. And dogs that don't normally bite would come after me. And it even got worse when I got my steel plate in my leg, dude. Dogs would go right for it. I mean, it was like, give me that. I know there's something wrong with that leg. Let me chew on it.
My Chihuahua, we call him Thor. He loves me the most, and then he'll go sleep on the wife's lap for a while.
yeah.
You know, but he's a sweetheart. He's our alarm. If something's not right around the house, he lets us know.
Yeah. Yeah, we got plenty of those.
Yeah, they make good service dogs too.
Huh? Yeah, he loves to come up on my lap and just cuddle with me if I'm sick or upset. And,
Yeah.
you know, I
Oh,
told the
yeah,
wife I
dogs
should make
know.
him my service dog, and she goes, "Go ahead." I'm like, "Nah, I won't do that to him."
What the hell? X girls, XYZ, new dating for all tastes and
Oh, we're getting
ages.
spammed. Oh my God, I got sex spammed. And I don't have a moderator. I got a
Yeah,
lolly.
you can go in later and get that taken care of.
How do I block them?
I have no idea how to block them.
Oh, there it is.
Um,
I found it.
Oh, she found it. Yeah,
okay.
They're blocked.
crazy. Crazy ass shit. Why would they hit my little channel? Ain't
Because they
nobody even
can.
on there.
Because they can.
It's a bot.
It's a bot.
It's a bot. Robot.
Oh, dude, have you seen Los Angeles
San
has
Francisco.
or San Francisco, I'm sorry. San Francisco is going to have robots that are going to shoot to kill.
Really?
Yep,
Yes,
they got RoboCop.
they just signed it. Is that fucked up?
It looks like
Yes.
a messed up version of R2D2.
Yeah, that's really messed up because who's going to go there anymore?
They didn't learn their lesson with the movies.
No.
Yeah. RoboCop
No.
made it perfectly clear.
So did iRobot.
Besides, anything like that can be hacked. I mean, just like Lolly said the other night, or when we saw it last night, or actually I showed it to you this morning.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, well, that can be hacked. And I was like, well, yeah, you're right. You know, I don't think about that stuff because I ain't computer savvy, but she is.
Well, then she could teach you a few things.
She's been trying. I'm a slow learner. And she knows what she's doing so she can move it. And I can't. You gotta tell me 12 times and I might get it on the 15th. You know, when it comes to electronics.
He's getting better.
Because I've always just been like, pass that shit off to my kid. One of my kids have been like, here, you know. Do this.
He's got a smartwatch now.
Yeah, I
Tells
have a
him how many
smartwatch.
steps it's not like a iWatch, but it tells him how many steps he's taken and different stuff.
I know I walk 3 to 5 miles every day at work.
Yeah, a smartwatch that's smarter than you.
Yep, that's for damn sure. That's for sure.
My son is trying to get me one for Christmas, and I'm like, no. Don't. I said I'll use it, but I have a basic watch that just does what I want it to do.
Yeah, it tells time.
Right? And
Hard to find one that does that anymore.
Do they still make Timexes? Remember you used to get a Timex watch for $12?
I got a Casio for 15,
Oh, cool.
and it tells me the date, the time. It's got a stopwatch and an alarm, and I just want to tell the time and the date.
Yep. I use my phone for that.
You know, that's all I want my watch for, so that when I'm out and about, I can tell the time. And
Yeah. Yeah, especially like if you're riding your motorcycle, you can't get your phone out and look at it.
no, and I've got my time set on the fairing anyway. So, and then if I'm too busy, I'll just like, okay, I just look at the watch because that's where I'm looking. But I grew up with a watch on my wrist at an early age, so
Yeah, I did too.
if it's off me, I'm naked. But I don't see a watch on your wrist there, buddy.
Because I'm messing with this deer meat. I usually have it on,
Yeah, I made him take it off before
but I
he
got a
started.
leather strap, so I got to be careful. And
Okay.
I was trying to find a new band for him, but
yeah, I
I
got to get a
gotta
new band.
try to request it. They don't have them
I
anymore.
lost my little, your little strap that you put your tongue in.
Yep.
I lost it, so I got a zip tie on it.
Yeah, that happened for my belt, and so I got a hair tie for that. And I think we lost the Frogzilla. So, and last we seen of the Frogzilla, he was cleaning deer. I believe we got a couple of those. There he
Earlier,
is.
Sorry about that. It kicked me out for a minute, apparently.
Yeah, I
I
was sitting there
looked up
going,
and it
okay,
was gone.
and I'm sitting there going, okay, what the fuck do I say?
Well, I appreciate it. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Not a
and we
problem,
looked
but
up, and it was like, boom, there he is.
I've done it a few times. And then come back in. But no, I got one of them hair ties around my belt to hold my other part on so that it doesn't flop in the breeze.
Yeah.
I want to replace this belt, but it's broken in.
That's
I've had
is.
I've had to put a few notches in it already.
Yeah, I can't blame you there.
Right. So,
You got one packaged.
You got one package, but I got a whole stack of meat sitting there. There ain't no sense in packing it until it's all good to go.
so you've got one package of meat already.
Yep. I got a big pile of meat though.
That's the pile of steaks.
Those are roast.
All right, now you're making me jealous.
That's only about half the meat.
So how much meat did you get off those two?
Well, this is just one deer. I probably got 60 pounds, maybe 70.
Yeah, and that doe must probably what, 120?
Yeah.
Because if they weigh 120, you usually get about half.
Yeah.
That'd make one good.
Yeah, I'll make one good steak. That's what I like. I like some deer roast and some deer stroganoff.
Damn right. Damn right. I was even gonna mess with deer jerky this year, but I didn't go.
That's not,
And which I was glad because I got COVID on opening day.
yeah. A lot of people got sick, man. That around here, a lot of schools are closed because the kids are sick.
Yeah. Black Dragon is sick.
Is he?
Yeah, he came on sicker than shit, and everybody told him, get the hell off and go to bed.
Did he do it?
So, no, yeah, all his mods told him, kicked him off, and made him go to bed.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
Yeah, he can't afford to get sick, really. What
no,
he don't talk about it much, but if you listen to him enough, his health is not right, and he can get sick really quick.
no, he's been coughing a lot.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, he
wonder if
don't do all that
I wonder if
coughing for no
he's,
reason.
I wonder if he's caught COVID before.
I believe he has.
And I'm wondering if he's got it now because everything he's describing, I had when I had COVID.
Huh. He might.
You want 4 in a package?
And I think he got the shot.
Yeah, so did I.
5 at a time.
And I stopped after the third one because my hands went numb, and my doctor said, don't do it no more.
Yeah. I wouldn't take it because when I was younger, I got the flu shot and I was sick for 2 fucking years. I had the flu for 2 years, literally. Had the flu for 2 years. I had
Really?
water on the lungs. Man, it was terrible. I swore I'd never get another shot like that again. Of course, I don't do good with man-made drugs. You know, I've had bad hearts. I've had leg surgery. I had my face rebuilt. And man-made drugs don't. Me and them don't mix at all. I can't stand to be on anything, especially like pain pills or anything like that, because it affects me the opposite way as does most people. The stuff that will put you to sleep is like cocaine to me. And who wants to be awake for a week?
Right? Right?
I had to put a patch on my back like a week ago, man, and it just messed me up. I can't. I was hurting bad enough that I needed it, but God, I hate doing it.
So if you're that much pain, what do you do for it? Just Tylenol?
I smoke.
There you go.
I mean,
Self-medicate.
there's certain kinds that are for that,
So you got you got a medical card.
No, I just grow my own.
All right. I was thinking of doing that here.
Yeah, I grow me enough for the last me till next year, and I don't get rid of none. I smoke with people. I may give a little bit away at a party or something. It's usually just shared, but I'm just about making me happy, yeah, so that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, but you gotta watch out so you don't blow your own. You know, you gotta keep enough for your own stash.
Sorry, I didn't run off on you. A bad piece of meat. Is that where I shot it?
Yeah. That's
Nope.
all right. I'm waiting for my wife to come home, and she's out with my daughter-in-law and her daughter-in-law's best friend, and I'm sitting here like, all right, she's gotta be at work at 5 in the morning. She better get home.
Yeah. At 5 a.m. comes off early.
Yep. And I'm about ready to jump off and send these dogs outside and put them to bed.
All right. What
You
time
know,
is it there?
9:03.
9:03. What time is it?
10.
10? 10 here. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was thinking we was an hour different, but I can't remember which one it was. But I appreciate you coming on here and talking to me, man, while I do
Hey,
this.
not a problem, man. Not a
Help
problem.
pass the time.
I'm just sitting here drooling at all that meat you're cutting up. I'm sitting there going, and I can't have none.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. If it
It's
was
all
easy,
right, man.
if it was easy to ship, I'd ship it to you.
It's all right. You got good fortune this year, so that's all good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's been a few years since I've gotten one, so I'm about due.
Yeah. I was due for these. I kind of been slacking on my hunting.
Oh, you were sick for so long.
Yeah, I was sick for a long time. Forever, actually. But seemed like forever.
Well, now you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing much better. I did it, got a CT scan, and the node that was in my lung is gone. All the infection's gone. Because I had a big lump, and they wasn't sure if it was from the bird shit flu thing that I got, or if it was something else. And it's gone, so I'm good. Shouldn't have any more trouble.
I didn't know we could get sick from the bird flu.
Well, what it was is I did an overhang on a house, and I forgot my dust mask one day, and I breathed in the dirty dust from the bird shit and the
Yeah.
squirrels and all that, and it gave me a fungus in my lungs.
Mac.
Yeah, it gave me MAC.
Okay.
And it messed me up, dude. I went from, when I work hard, and I went from working 8-10 hour days that I couldn't work 4 hours, and I needed to lay down. I knew something was wrong. And then by the time I went to the doctor, Lori talked me into going to the doctor. I was real good and sick. They was like, dude, you could have died. I was like, what?
Yeah, he ended up going to the hospital and he was on 3 high potent antibiotics for a year and a half.
Yeah. For a while, it was getting pumped straight to my heart. I had a stent that went into my heart, and she had to sit there and squeeze it, squeeze the IV back into me 3 times a day.
Damn.
I couldn't go out in the sunlight because I was on so many antibiotics. And, you don't think about it, but dude, I was on so many that I'd get sick if I went outside and the sunlight hit me. I was like, pass out sick, throwing up. It was weird.
So what did you do? You couldn't leave your house.
You have to, he had to be on For the first part or the first month, he was on IV antibiotic, and then they put him on 3 pills, antibiotic form that he took 3 times a
Yeah.
day. And then we had to just watch him. We had to have breathing treatments and inhalers, and he couldn't really do much of anything. But
I couldn't walk to my mailbox, which is 30 feet away from off my porch. I mean,
Damn.
I
it was
I
like
get up
a,
there and I'd feel like I'd be like this.
it was
like-
like a year and a half. You had to watch him really close. He tried to do stuff because he felt a little better, and then it's like, no,
Yeah.
sit down. You
I just
can't
thought
do
I
that.
felt better, but I really didn't. Cause I go
Damn.
down.
And now you're all healed up. You're hunting again, and
Yeah. And I lost 30 pounds, so I'm hoping to gain some of that back. I lost a lot of my muscle.
well, I got enough poundage here. I can lend you some.
Yeah.
I keep telling him if they did, I'd let them take it from me.
There you go.
Right on him.
There you go.
But
So I'm looking to lose 60 pounds, and so if you want some, I can ship some that way.
all righty. Man, I appreciate you coming on with me.
All right, no problem, man.
You have a good night.
Yep. You guys have a great night yourself.
Thank you.
All right, catch you later.
Later.
Bye, hon. Any final words?
Any final words? Final words. No, there's nobody watching. No, really.
Okay.